Bold Success goes in. And they're about to break the second. They're off and they're racing. Midnight Sky dwelt off the inside. Frio also lacked a bit of dash. Bold Success wants to drop its head and try and buck the rider out of the saddle here. He's doing a very, very good job of it, and the rider's doing a very good job to stay aboard. Around them, Red Publisher's going to look for the lead, and Paradise Square's going to park up there on the outside as well. Harry Thomas will settle down third. And then 2 lengths behind them, Forceful, Midnight Sky, a length and a half to Frio, and Bold Success. Well, I think he might have it under control now. He has, but it has been pulled up out of the race after that buck jumping exhibition. At the 1,000 metres, they worked down the side. Red Publisher led the way with Paradise Square up running second. A length and a half to Harry Thomas box seating. Then came the hot pot. Forceful has over on the outside, getting a nice toe into the race with 800 left to run. Midnight Sky, and back behind those is Frio, and so they travel along behind Red Publisher in the direction of the 650 in the second at Ascot. It's Red Publisher, a length and a half. Paradise Square, the Goldfields galloper, 3/4 of a length away. Then Harry Thomas, he's really starting to stoke up Forceful. He wants him to drive through the bridle, coming to the 400 mark. Midnight Sky is travelling as well as it though, down on its inside, and still a clear last Frio, but Red Publisher led them at the top of the home straight. 300 to go from Paradise Square. There's no run really down on the inside. Harry Thomas, here comes Forceful now with his challenge, with 150 still left to run, and Forceful ranges up and he grabs Paradise Square. Midnight Sky down the outside is charging home late, but the favourite's going to win it. Forceful a little too good. Harry Thomas got the bob for second placing, I fancy, from Midnight Sky. Then Paradise Square weakening out of it, Red Publisher, and Frio was last all the way. The one that failed to complete the course, Bold Success, who tried to get rid of its rider, Jason Brown, shortly after the start. But the clerk of the course has come across now and is assisting Brown here as he makes his way back. The favourite Forceful wins. Pike earning his fee though on the hard spun gelding. He did want to drop the bridle coming to the 650 mark, and William really had to stoke him up there and get him to drop a gear or two. And once he did, when they levelled off, he then started to really build momentum and has finished over the top. Harry Thomas stuck on well, gets second. Third, it's close. Midnight Sky or Paradise Square actually in that tussle. There was little between them in that photo for the skinny end of the money. In fact, that has gone the way of Paradise Square in the small field, and back there Midnight Sky is officially fourth. 2, 4, 5, 6. Forceful for Peter's Investments, a hard spun gelding out of our Milster. And that becomes its 7th career win from 17 appearances. Trained by Grant and Alana Williams. W. Pike off to a very good start with a double early, and still the promise of more to come. 1:34.42 the time, 35.17 the sectional. He won by 3/4 of a length. Second, number 4, Harry Thomas, enjoyed a perfect run all the way by Scandal Keeper from Orangi Springs. Ross Price, Troy Turner. Paradise Square got the nod for third in the photo by Planet 5 from Madame Chanel, Peter Fernie and Chris Parnham. So those were the details, and Forceful ran 185 on the WOP. Harry Thomas 370 was backed in from 550. Paradise Square $8. Red Publisher led and faded right out of it, and despite the drop back in class, has failed to really raise the hopes or expectations of its supporters. In the third race today, the Hemponics Australia handicap at 10 after 3, 1 Action, 7 Jeddah Fair, the scratchings, and that leaves us with again just a small field of 6 to do battle in the third of the day. Scotty Embry is down there. He's in the mounting yard. They've come to the back parade enclosure to unsaddle. But Scotty, you've got a guest down there. Hard to tell who it is under the awnings at the moment.
It's the best guess we can get here, Macca. It's Bob Peters. Bob, Forceful, he's been very, very good. He's won 7, I think, of 16. Where does his future lie?
I've always wanted to get him over a bit more ground, and he proved to us last start that we were heading in the right direction. And hopefully if he pulls up well, he can go to the Ascot Gold Cup next week.
Have you had that opinion for a while that he would make a stayer in the end?
Yes, I've always wanted to get him over ground, but he's always been a very difficult horse to ride, and charges in his races, gets his head up, all that sort of thing. He's settling now. He's settling really well.
He's also a massive animal, Bob. Has he been tough to keep sound?
No, he's never been unsound. He's just been a bit of a handful.
Western Temple's a handful in the next. That brow band seems to have straightened him up. What are your expectations there?
Hopefully he can win again. I think the real reason is that we took the blindfold off him and he knows where he is now. And hopefully he continues to behave himself.
Action comes out of that race. What's the news there?
Not good. I'd say that he'll probably be retired.
Hopefully you can get a good result as a consolation prize, Bob, and commiserations for Action. Well done.
Thank you.